All right, we are live here with the way we see it tonight. But tonight I am live here from the Grand Hotel in Ocean City, Maryland, right on the boardwalk. I'm here for some personal business I have to take care of. So we're here tonight live from the Grand Hotel in Ocean City, Maryland. And here comes my co-host, Bill Cannata, who's back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at GANEYS, Pittsburgh. So there you go.
Oh, yes. How you guys doing? Viewers, lovers, listeners, all that good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming on.
All right. Jill says hello. Hello, Jill. Thanks for tuning in. All right. One thing I want to say is it's great to be down here, breathing some ocean air. And also, like I said, we're taking care of some personal business down here. And it's going pretty well. And I managed to get some new followers and subscribers for the network. So I want to thank those folks for participating and being part of the network as well. And we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios, 724-2010-500. Call Mata today, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. All right, Bill, let's get started here today. This first segment is going to be, we're going to start off with the potholes at the Pittsburgh Mills, brought to you by Keystone Coachworks. 412-833-1900. That's 412-833-1900. Call Keystone Coachworks. If you're handicapped as I am, I advise you to please call. I urge you to please call Keystone Coachworks. Get the right van, the right way, at the right price. Also financing available. Look, please don't sit at home. Go out and do things like I'm doing right now with my family because I have a van from Keystone Coachworks. That's on Route 88 in Bethel Park. Call, ask for Dawn. That number again, 412-833-1900. Tell Dawn Ralph Williams sent you. So there you go. All right, Bill, let's get started here. Yeah, I know we were a few minutes delayed. I know that because I was having some issues with a couple things. So, yes, we were. All right. Bill, let's get started. The Pittsburgh Mills Mall. Shame on the ownership there. You know, you're always up there. I'm not up there as much. Last time I was up there, I went to go meet a client for a DJ gig. Some of my clients in the Alakiski Valley, I meet there at the Eaton Park. But I think I'm going to change where I meet them because you know why? I don't like those potholes up there now. Yesterday, Pat Katina, the Allegheny County Council president, went up there yesterday and saw people working up or patching potholes. But get this, it was around the back of the mall, and they only did $20,000 worth, according to what he said. Now, he did say that according to what the ownership has said and what Steven Zappala's office has said, they will be back at work today and tomorrow to finish it up. But so far, they've only done $20,000 worth of work. And so your thoughts on the Pittsburgh Mills Mall and these potholes and these craters?
I've been up there, and that's kind of sad if they're working from behind to out. What you want to, you would figure they would take that money and put it somewhere in the front of the place and then work backwards.
Yes,
because most of the stuff in the back is closed. I mean, it looks like they're launching missiles up there.
Oh, I heard it's like a war zone. It's like landmines or something up there with all them potholes. I mean,
so I would have taken where all them restaurants were and all that stuff. Hey, listen, if you're driving a Mini Cooper, don't even go up there because you'll lose it.
Hey, there's a guy who works at KDK Radio, and he went up there. He's not one of the talk shows. He works with one of them, and he went up there and he posted a YouTube video. The car in front of him hit one of those big craters and broke a wheel and an axle. It came right in front of him. And, yeah.
Wow. Not hard to do up there, man. It really isn't.
No, not at all.
Not. I mean, not at all. People should start investing in Sherman tanks. This way here, you can go up there with no problem. You won't have no issues with that, brother.
Or bust another sinkhole up there. There you go. Exactly.
Wow.
You know, they look like sinkholes up there, Jill. That's exactly what they look like. You know,
it's horrendous up there, brother. It's horrendous.
Oh, I haven't been up there for a while, and I don't choose to go up there because of the potholes. So I'm not going to ruin my van. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, it's crazy up there. So, you know,
anybody who values your car, don't go up there. So I gotta tell you.
But you know what's funny though? The sad part about all this is the major chains up there, including Walmart, pay for a maintenance fee that's included in the lease that they pay for them to maintenance that property, and they don't do it. Okay, and that's the sad part about this whole thing. And now Walmart has said they will contribute money, and any potholes in their parking lot or around where they're at, Walmart and Sam's Club, they're paying for it because they're tired of waiting for the ownership to come up. And they're going to bill for the ownership.
Definitely a rough one, brother, for sure. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible up there. That's a shame. It's not the city's responsibility. No, it is not. Fraser Township said it wasn't their responsibility. They were getting a bunch of emails. Pat Katina, the president of the Allegheny County Council, he was getting emails, and Bob Katulis, who's the Allegheny County Council person that represents that area, he was getting them too. So, and a couple state representatives got involved. So finally, Stephen Zappella got involved, Bill. Criminal charges are being filed against them, risking a catastrophe, and several other charges as well. Neglect and a whole lot more, all getting taken care of.
Well, they like I said, brother, anybody who values their automobile, don't go up there. Seriously. No, and if you're going up there, you got to be really careful. I mean, really careful.
All right, let's go into our mailbag here. I have Craig. Craig's from Etna. He says, I go out there all the time. He says, now I have to dodge craters out there. And he says, I'm getting tired of it.
Yep.
So Craig from Etna, he says, you guys put on a good show. And I got some of the new emails here from Ocean City here. They said, Ralph, looks like you put on a good program. I watched all your shows on YouTube and became a subscriber.
Nice.
And that's from Danny. So,
nice. Well, thank you guys. We appreciate all
of you. And Danny was the one the other day who we were able to get a motorized scooter for Rhonda and my mom the other day. And guess what? It's right here in the hotel, Big Jim Scooters.
No kidding.
Yeah, Big Jim Scooters. And it used to be down at the Langford Hotel down there on a boardwalk, but he moved. He's over here now in the Grand Hotel.
That's sweet. That's sweet. It really is. Good move on that part. Definitely business-wise for sure.
Yeah, and the Langford was on Hotel Impossible with Anthony Montgomery. So, I don't know if you ever watched that show or not. Oh, you should check that out. You should check that out, man.
Take a look and see.
It's just like Robert Irvine. It's the same people, but just a different concept. Hotel Impossible.
I'll take a look.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, you have to get on Discovery now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Discovery Plus.
Or the Travel Channel or one of them.
Everything's plus.
Yeah, I know. And you got to pay this fee now, and all that. They don't include any of this. Some of this stuff. They're starting to take stuff away from your cable package, and move it to, So, but anyway. Oh, yeah. Any more thoughts on the Mills Mall before we move on?
No, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, Rich, just real quick, I just want to say, I know this is a little late, and I should have
done
done
this. That's fine. Go
but
ahead.
2 weeks ago, when it was my mini Mooch's birthday,
right,
and I just want to give a quick shout out to the Mooch because she's going to be 20 tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations! Wow.
Yes.
Get out of 20 years old.
20.
Oh my gosh! I thought she was still like 18 or 17.
Hell
or
no!
Oh
Baby girl's going to be on June the 2nd.
Wow, 20 years old.
She'll be 30.
My. Well, the other one, I know. Yeah, Meg will be 30.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but the mini Mooch, she turned 17 on March the 5th, and then we got the Mooch, the 20th tomorrow, and then baby girl June the 2nd, and they're all sick down in Florida. You get that?
Ooh, get out of here! How can you get sick in Florida? I don't understand.
They got the Billy disease,
Oh, I know. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they got the. You know what I mean? It's nice up here, man. I'm not sneezing. I'm not blowing my nose all the time. My sinuses aren't acting up. I mean, it's beautiful up here.
Well, I've been trying to get this apartment ready, brother, and get all that stuff down in storage. What I'm going to keep up here and what I'm bringing down in storage. Just taking a minute. Of course, you've seen before we even went on the air.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
so very soon, that one computer you gave me, I have to get a webcam. The one webcam that I found doesn't work. So
I got one off of I got one from was it Temu, I think, or somewhere, Amazon. I got something $30. Walmart, $30.
Hey, you said that other one didn't work before, did it?
No. That white one that I showed you, that didn't work. I had to throw that in the trash.
Oh, did you?
No, it works. But the problem is I have to hook it up to a extender piece, and it doesn't work. But I have this new one now.
Well, if it's
all you do is plug in the USB, boom, it's ready to go.
Well, if it's up here tomorrow, whenever I go up there, I'll if you're still up there, I'll take that white one and try it out, see what's going on.
Yeah, well, you have to plug it into where the headset or the, you know what I'm saying. But if you have something that you have to plug in there, you're going to have to get a splitter.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you.
And it wasn't working with the splitter.
I got you. Okay. I'll check it out and see what's going on.
Yeah. So, but anyway, all right, let's talk about, once again, Ed Gainey's Pittsburgh. I know there's a few things went on up there this week. There was a hit and run accident up in Mount Washington, Ed Gainey's Pittsburgh, right on Bailey Avenue. They found the car. It was vacated, but they still haven't found out who the driver is. Okay. Also at Gainey's Pittsburgh, Ed got the endorsement of the SEIU Union of Janitors, custodians. So, I mean, there's different divisions of the SEIU, but he got the one from the cleaning people and the janitors. So, but he got that endorsement, which, of course, we knew that was coming because he's in bed with them anyway. And, Ed Gainey's Pittsburgh, here we go, But your thoughts on anything out there at Gainey's Pittsburgh, because I've been down here enjoying the ocean.
Well, brother, I love him. I do. And if, for whatever strange reason, if he were to get back in as mayor, not only did he got to fix everything that he's talked about and hasn't done yet, he's got to do that now. So the more you take on, I don't know, man, the more it drags, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly. Well, let me say this. Down here in Ocean City, and Ed Gainey, he lied to everybody. He said every city in America has a homeless problem. They don't have one here.
That's what you said.
They don't have one here. It's nice and clean. That's number one. Number two, the police do their job down here. I saw a police officer pull a vehicle over. Ed Gainey's Pittsburgh, the police don't pull vehicles over. Okay. I also, and the police, there was somebody laying on a bench down there on the boardwalk, right? All somebody had to do was make a phone call or one of the boardwalk police come up, off, out, go, or we take you to jail. They don't play around. And I talked to a guy today. I was having lunch at that pizza shop. I want to throw a shout out to Lido's. Not a bad place. It's like the Lido Shuffle, from Boss Gags, but it's pronounced not Lidos. It's pronounced Ledos. Okay. I was told by a guy I know down here in Ocean City. His name is Jay. He did a top 5 pizza contest or pizza thing from viewers, and he said that they said that Lido's was number 1. So I went there today. I didn't try the pizza. I have a pizza here. I went to go. I tried their spaghetti and meatballs. It was very good. Okay, it was not bad at all. But the problem I have is the hoagies were about that long. That's their whole hoagie.
No. So
where do you come down here when you come down here with me? Where do you come down here and see this?
We're gonna do some.
The hoagie's about that big. My mom was like, "What? You know what I mean?"
No. Yeah, listen. Let me tell you something. We'll do some damage. Brother.
Oh, you know it. So
Yeah, not that. I'll tell you what.
That's amore. Absolutely, it's amore. You got it. So
Anyway, so yeah, that's what I think about Ed. Like I said, I love the guy. I've known him. I've known him, and then some of his family and all that. But it's coming down to crunch time, brother. And
yeah,
I don't think he has enough iron to go ahead and smooth out those wrinkles.
No, he doesn't. And I want to tell you, those of the people who are frustrated with him are starting to go to Tony Moreno and Corey O'Connor.
Right.
And what they're doing is they're going. Corey O'Connor is just another progressive that's an upgrade from Ed Gainey. He's not anything. He even made this comment on that I heard on a radio station, again, whose name I'm not going to mention because they don't do anything for me. Okay. Except ask me to come on to talk about transit, which we'll talk about later in the show. Where do you see this list of cuts that PRT has going on? Where do you see this list of cuts?
That's
and
good.
This week, I am involved in a heavy duty my transit council. We're involved in a meeting with Catherine Kellerman, the CEO of PRT. She's going to lay out what's going to happen. The board meeting is on Friday. Okay. And there's going to be 10,000 people itching to speak on Friday. That board meeting is going to be slammed. They're going to be there for 6 hours. So, I mean, the last time we had major cuts like this, the board meeting lasted about 8 hours. So, I mean, that's all the people that had to speak. I mean, it was crazy. So, I mean,
That's a lot. It definitely is, brother. Like I said, you know a lot more about that because you were a driver and you were in it. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, bus cuts, they're coming. I'll show you the list. I have, in fact, 2 lists because I had to break it up into 2.
Oh my gosh.
Of all the routes they're going to cut, and some of them are really good express routes. But you see, here's the problem, Bill, and no one understands this. Ridership never picked up after COVID. Okay, and what happened was the ridership never picked up. And if you talk to some people, like I had Laura Weens on last Saturday on my Ralph Williams show, Tony Moreno show, and I talked to her, and she said, and it is true because I was there to witness it, PRT made 20% cuts each time over the last 2 or 3 years, each quarter. Okay. So, I mean, they called it adjustments. And I got on their case about that. And I said, wait a minute, you told us adjustments. You didn't tell us cuts. And here's the kicker of them all, Bill. They didn't even notify the union. That's the kicker of them all.
That's a bad.
Wednesday, they're going to get my fire because I'm telling you, this is unacceptable. It is. It's very unacceptable.
You're going to destroy all public transportation, and you're doing it. And, you just keep going. It's just crazy stuff. And, everybody who I knew as bus drivers, brother, they're either retired or they're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like they retired or they just, gave up the job 10 years earlier or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? A lot of people, what'll happen with this cuts too, Bill, is they just hired 300 drivers in the last couple of years. They just hired them.
Wow.
Okay. I went through 2 layoffs when I was at Port Authority. 2. Okay. And then for this to happen again, and now all these drivers that just got hired in the last couple of years, they're going to be laid off, and I don't want to see that happen. I mean, this just can't happen. What's happening right now, those of you who ride buses, you need to get on the phone to your state representative because it's tied up in Harrisburg, as usual. All right, the Senate and the House, just like in Washington, D.C., can't get this together. And I'm trying to work out a sit-down with me, Laura Weens, and Devlin Robinson. All right, I'm trying to work a sit-down out. We need to sit down with him. You need to call your state representative. You need to call your state senator, and you need to get them on the phone, and you need to tell, hey, how about our Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis? He's from McKeesport. He's from the Mon Valley. They need bus service. Why are we not burning up his phone? Okay? Or burning up his email or something. Okay? This has to happen. This budget hasn't been passed yet. I don't know what the holdup is, but if this budget's not passed and this transit funding doesn't go through, we're in trouble. It's that simple. Starting next year, we're in trouble.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Agreed.
So,
that's a rough road to go down too, brother.
Yeah. But the sad part about all this, Bill, is, and I mentioned this when last Saturday on my radio show, that the fact of the matter is the scooters. Remember those motorized scooters? No, I'm serious now. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't even want to go there with that. So anyway,
okay.
Anyhow, they were all over the place. I mean, God, they were blocking handicap ramps. They were everywhere. So anyway, the scooters, those bicycles, more and more people are riding bicycles. And a lot of people now, a lot of companies are giving free Uber rides to get to work. That's part of their salary or part of their, I'll give you an example. Amazon, when I used to drive Lyft, what they would do is they would, go ahead and they would, if you had to get to work and you had to get to a warehouse where there was no bus service or bad bus service, you call Lyft, they would pay for the trip to get you to work.
Wow.
Okay. And then what they would do, like they have one up in Glenfield, up there on the top of the hill, or in Deer Run Park, Industrial Park. What you do is you drop them off down at the parking ride down at the bottom of the hill there, and Amazon will send a shuttle bus down to pick them up. Okay. Or if the shuttle bus can't make it, when you get off the bus, they call Lyft. We take them up the hill. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, with those kind of contracts, you can't beat that. And that's just, fares are going to go up again. Everything's going up, food, everything.
Here's just a thought though, brother, because, especially where I'm at, and they still run those stops too. which are Carlo College, Pitt, and all that stuff. The Pitt buses come up in here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you think they would be salivating at the mouth, maybe to sink their teeth into some of those routes? You know, maybe go out a little bit, not too far.
Right.
Think about
well, you know, they have changed a lot of those routes. They got this bus rapid transit, but that was all federal money. So they got the federal money for it. And what they're doing now is some of the buses that come, like the 71B from Highland Park, the 71A Negley, they don't go downtown anymore. They drop you off in Oakland. You got to get on another bus.
I see.
Okay. And it's now they're making bus lanes inbound Fifth Avenue, outbound Forbes Avenue. They're going to eliminate that bus lane that's on the, it's on Fifth Avenue there. Yep. They're going to get rid of that. And what they're going to do with this is it's going to go outbound from downtown. They're going to be in a special lane, special light signal. They'll be able to stay moving where they will not be able stopping at red lights. They won't be stuck in traffic because they'll have their own special bus lane. It'll go from downtown through Oakland all the way out past Oakland is where it'll go. All right. It's called Bus Rapid Transit. And like I said, if you're boarding an outbound bus, you have to get off at Forbes Avenue and walk up one of them little hills to get up to where you need to go. You can't go on Fifth anymore. If you're coming inbound, you go on Fifth.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
That's how that's going to work. And, they already put up a couple stations. They look very nice over in Oakland, right there at Atwood and Fifth, right in front of Presby Hospital. They put up a nice bus shelter there.
Okay.
And they're going to build a few more going both inbound and outbound. So, all right, this next segment about PRT is brought to you by Robin Campbell Insurance Farmers, 412-366-3399. Call Robin today. He will cover you on everything. And let me give you a little word of advice here, everyone. If you rent, whether it's a house or an apartment, it is imperative that you get renter's insurance. $15 to $20 a month, that's it. All right? And it will cover you. I don't care if your building says, oh, I got coverage, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then there's a fire, and then you end up having to call the Red Cross. No. Cover yourself. All right? My building caught fire last year. Some people didn't have renter's insurance. Some of their stuff got destroyed, that kind of thing. And they ended up staying in a hotel through the Red Cross, but some of them didn't have renter's insurance. A lot of them did. Nobody did, I don't think, on that whole floor. It's imperative. Look, if you have to give up, drinking, or if you have to give up a little bit of cigarettes, or if you have to give up, going to the casino or something for that, it's worth the $15, $20 a month. I'm not trying to be a wise guy. I'm trying to help you, all right? Renter's insurance is very important. Call Robin today. Life, home, auto, and any kind of insurance you need. He'll come to your house, and he'll sit down and map it all out for you. He doesn't hide behind emails. He doesn't hide behind the telephone. He'll answer your calls. He'll give you his personal cell phone number. Robin is great at customer service, been doing it for a long time. Farmers, Bristol West, call Robin today. 412-366-3399. Tell him Ralph Williams sent you. Offices in Oakmont. All right. Okay, let's get started. We're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studio, 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. All right, let's see what we got here. Some more comments. Jill's been pretty active tonight, so, let's see what these high school kids never give up seats. Yeah, I know they are packed. I will say this. I have been somebody that has said that the Pittsburgh Public Schools need to get their act together and get transportation for these kids and keep them off the bus. All right, it's that simple. All right, find them school bus transportation and get them off the buses. I know what you're going through with that. I rode a bus from East Pittsburgh through North Braddock one day, got on when the Propel kids got on. Oh, it was terrible. It was brutal. Those Propel kids at that Braddock Hills are banging on windows. They had to stop the bus at the Wilkinsburg busway station. Port Authority police had to come on and get them off the bus.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You said the P word, brother. Yes, you did. Propel.
Yeah. Well, not just that. Pittsburgh Public Schools, those charter schools, all of them, they all ride these buses.
And then you're up in East Hills. Jeez, oh, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you know where the building's at, brother.
They were terrorizing people at Starbucks there on Murray Avenue. All them kids from Alderdice. They were terrorizing people there. I wanted to get that bus stop out of there because of that. And I got ridiculed for that by Port Authority. Like, we got handicapped people that go there too. I said, but what you don't understand is they're going there, but they're getting harassed by these kids. So either somebody does something about it or get rid of that bus stop. You know?
There's a lot over there, brother. I mean,
Yeah.
prime exact. I could look right out the window and see.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
235. You hear all this noise.
all them kids hanging out there.
Yeah, they're right over across the
They're
street.
at the
or
bus
up there.
stop.
Yes, they are.
And some of them don't even get on a bus, Bill. They just stay there and loaf.
Yeah, you're right.
Loiter.
You're right.
You know what I mean? They don't even, and I don't even know if Pittsburgh Public Schools even has a police force now to enforce that or do anything about that.
They still have school police, brother.
Yeah, I know.
They have mobile units.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to carry guns anymore.
Well, I know the behind this on that, bro. If you ever want to get enlightened, I can tell you what happened.
I'm sure. So
I can tell you because I was part of that. You know that.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the start of it right here. Here are the routes: the Troy Hill, the Spring Garden. These routes always get picked on, Bill, because they don't really have a lot of ridership. They use those little smaller buses. The Troy Hill, the Spring Garden. If they eliminate that, everybody's going to have to walk from up on the top of a hill. I mean, Spring Garden's on a hill, so is the Troy Hill bus. And one time back in the day when Steve Bland was in charge of Port Authority, he told everybody, go out and get thick walking shoes. You're going to need it. I mean,
you got Bower Hill in there too.
Yeah, the Bower Hill.
Shit.
Yeah,
man, that's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you said you got 2 of these lists.
I got another list. Hold on a minute. I'm not even finished with this list. Hold on. I got another list. Take a look at this list, everybody. You got the Kennedy in there. That bus is always cut when they want to cut routes.
Chartiers?
The Chartiers. Well, you have the Ferrywood that can go. They always cut the Robinson out and jam everybody on the 28X. I was the one that told them to have the 29 run 7 days a week, and they were doing it for a while. I don't know what happened to the ridership there. Everybody works out at Robinson. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, Joe, they go into effect January of next year. If the funding doesn't come, the plan will start in June of this year, but it will not be executed until January of next year. So there you go. There's the next, whenever the pick is, I think it's in February of every year at the beginning of the year, or March or something. That's when it'll start. So, but, it's really sad about this, about all this, these bus cuts. I never thought that this would ever happen again, but it's going to happen. You need to get on the phone. You need to quit sitting back and letting other people do it. Everybody. And I urge my handicapped brethren, because those of you who are new to the show that don't know, I'm in a wheelchair, and I'm going to be out there, about the handicapped people, especially the wheelchair. They want to cut access altogether, Bill. They want to cut out access altogether.
That would not be good, brother. That would not be good.
No. Access is a broken program anyway. Always has been.
Yes.
But you know what, though?
Right.
I drove it myself, so I know what access is all about. Here we go. Here's the next set. The Bridgeville Flyer, okay? The Ross Flyer. It's always these flyers that go off. The Thompson Run. The McKnight Flyer.
Allegheny Valley.
The other McKnight Flyer. There's 2 McKnight Flyers. You got the other one. So that means everybody will have to jam on the McKnight bus. And check all these routes out here. If you could see them, I did the best I could to put this up here. But here's the other list. So those of you who don't want to lose your bus, my suggestion to you is, the express buses are just not doing it, Bill, because nobody's working in the offices, although they're slowly bringing people back. But, it's still not where it needs to be. And, I said this when I was invited on KDK radio as part of my job as Allegheny County Council president. And I said this. I says, I passed the park and ride lots out in Mount Lebanon and all that, and they're not even full. So, and now you got the library bus now that drops you off at Washington Junction. Now, don't even go downtown. It drops you off at Washington Junction now. Okay.
There's that one, isn't it that one over there, that one park and ride over there off of Cemetery Lane up at Perrysville Avenue?
Yeah, that one used to be so crowded, Bill, you couldn't get a spot. They were parking that on the street. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
They were parking that on Perrysville Avenue. It was so bad.
Yep.
Okay, because back in the day, they used to have They used to run a 1900 coach bus from Warrendale into town, and then they got rid of that route. And what happened was all those people now had to come down to that parking ride. And that parking ride was so jammed, the buses were so jammed. They actually had to put articulates, which is those big stretch buses. They call them articulates.
Yep.
They had to put those there as well. The 11D, Jill said. Yes, absolutely. All those routes that I just posted, I'll post them again for you, okay, that are getting cut. Here they are, if you can see some of them that are getting cut. Okay, there's a bunch of them. That 29, I was the one who suggested they have that on 7 days a week because I used to work out in Robinson. And, you know, if I didn't want to ride the 28X or got jammed up, you're going to have all them college kids again. You're going to have all them, you know, they're going to run that through Robinson. I heard that they stopped doing that and they were just running it to the airport again. You know, just every time they try to do that, Bill, they seem to cut the 29 out.
How did you do that?
I can see it better, but I popped it up on my big screen, Ralph.
Oh, okay.
I can see it much better now.
You know, and North Hills is going to get kicked in the butt again.
They got the Trafford Flyer as well as Swissville.
Yeah, the Trafford Flyer, they've been cutting that for years. So,
My
you know.
sister was on McKnight.
Wow.
Where did she go?
That's going to be, man, that's going to, oh, man, that's not, wow, that's a lot, brother.
Yep, absolutely. They would go up to Kearney Drive. You know, so what I'm saying is, folks, and I'm going to say it one more time, please. Wednesday, I'm going to do my part on Wednesday because we're having our county council meeting with CEO Catherine Kellerman. And in case you don't know, the Allegheny County Transit Council is an advisory council to the PRT. And Friday, there will be a board meeting, and I will guarantee you it's going to be heated. Okay? And I guarantee you it's going to be heated. Laura Weens will be there with Pittsburghers for Public Transit. They're an advocate group that helps, you know, with riders and bus drivers and stuff, retired bus drivers that are all part of a group. And they, you know, fight for transit. And I'm going to find out if it's true, but I found out from someone that the union was not notified of this. They had to find out from the papers.
But why in the hell? What's all that about, though? I mean,
that's what I want to know. I want to know how come you didn't tell the union. You know what I mean? Is there some friction between the union and the PRT? If that's so, I want to know about it. Because you know what? If there is that kind of friction, I think it needs to be fixed. Because, you know, you're going to need to work with the union, and the union's going to need to work with PRT to get this worked out. I mean, it's just not, you know, we talked last week, Bill, about that public source media.
Yes.
And, you know, I reached out to some professionals that I know in the newspaper business, okay? And they're in the media business that cover things like this. And you know what they told me? They said public source media, when you're told not to release something, you don't release it, okay? I don't know what their motivation was behind that, you know, to get the story first, I guess. You know what I mean? You know, I could have got the story first on the radio if they would have kept their mouths shut.
I remember that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember
now
that.
you screwed me over, you know, so, you know, but yeah, they've come under a lot of fire for this. And I reached out to some friends of mine in the media and newspaper business, and they told me, they said sometimes some of them just don't listen. They'll just go ahead and just come out and do it anyway, you know, so, you know.
I mean, that's more detrimental than anybody. I mean, you know, especially if you know something and you're not bringing it to the table. I'm sorry, man. I got.
But see, now I had to release it on my radio show last week because of public source, and I wasn't planning on releasing it till the Saturday after the board meeting.
Right.
Which is this week.
Ugh.
Okay. All right.
Goodness.
So that's a shame. It really is. It's really awful, you know. So.
Yep.
But you know, and I just feel that. You know, it's, you know, but it's the legislature. It's the state. They need to do some things. And all right, Bill, let's talk about Stupid Never Takes a Vacation. Health Department shut down the 7101 Frankstown Club over in Homewood. Get this. Macaroni and cheese, pasta, chicken, and stuff not stored at room temperature.
Oh.
Okay. Stupid Never Takes a Vacation. If I had the appropriate equipment here with me, you know what would be coming up, you know. So,
Yeah.
you know, but anyway. So Yeah.
How many restaurants are getting cited?
Oh,
Yeah,
my-
there's one right there up in Squirrel Hill. A Japanese restaurant just got cited. Rodent droppings, all kinds of stuff up in there.
yeah,
You know?
yep.
That's the third one this month, I think, or the last couple of months up there in Squirrel Hill that got cited.
Wow.
You know, and the sad part about this, Bill, and you and I have had this conversation, it's all immigrant restaurants. It's all these Japanese, Indian, Hindu, or whatever, Guatemalan, or whatever they're called. You know, I got nothing against those people doing, but follow the rules. I mean, come on, follow the rules. I mean, it's that simple, and I've seen 7-Eleven take away their name off of convenience stores because they don't keep them clean. I mean, and that kind of thing. You go into some of these stores, Bill, and the stuff's been sitting there for so long collecting dust, you can write your name on it.
That still is a horror
Remember that-
story. Hey, when that store is a horror story, when we were out in Mount Pleasant that time, when we went to that restaurant.
Oh, that Chinese restaurant. Oh, I tell that story all the time, man.
Never again.
But you know what, though? I told you when we went to the retreat last year, we went by there and the windows were so clean you could eat off of them. I mean, sparkling clean. So they must have got cited. You know what I mean?
It was just another adventure of Ralph and Bill.
Oh, my gosh. That was an adventure there. I had to walk through the kitchen to get to the bathroom. And then when I got in the bathroom, there's oil in there, batteries, a jack.
Oh my gosh,
a car jack. And then I'm walking by, looking in the kitchen. It was filthy. It was disgusting. It looked worse than a bar rescue kitchen. I was like, oh, my gosh. And I'm like, you mean to tell me Westmoreland County lets this go on? I mean, come on,
That's a lot, man. That's woo.
Yeah. Well, I'll give Allegheny County credit. They've been going after some of these places lately. And I'll give them a lot of credit for that. Mice droppings, and it's terrible. Raw sewage. I mean, come on. That Long John Silver's got cited down in Bridgeville for raw sewage. There was a few other places that got cited for raw.
Wasn't that a couple years ago or something?
Yeah, that was a few years back. Yeah, they got cited for raw sewage.
I was going to say they're not getting cited again. At least I didn't hear anything. Of course,
no, they haven't lately. No.
Okay.
I'm sure corporate cleaned that up. You know how corporate can be.
Well, there's only a couple stores left. I mean, there's one on 51 or out there on Lebanon Church Road.
The one in Penn Hills?
No, in Penn Hills. I forgot about that one. And then that one in Bridgeville.
The one in Bridgeville. That's it. Allegheny County, that's it. I something about a lot of them moved to Beaver County or stayed in Beaver County and Westmoreland because I heard something about the business tax went up or something in Allegheny County, and Long John Silver said they're not paying for it.
So the one you grew up.
I got you. Yeah,
the one in Etna went out of business. Remember the one in Etna?
Yeah, I do.
Shaler Plaza?
Shaler
That's
Plaza,
a Taco Bell now.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right.
You know.
Yeah, because we used to go over there when they would first open, 11 o'clock. We would go over there fresh. Everything was good. Oh, my gosh. Sat there for hours. And then.
Yeah, so I invite people, and I'm not real pleased about a couple things going on down here. And let me explain something. It is to my benefit for this, but I don't like this. The city council down here has decided to get rid of short-term rentals, okay? In private homes, some of the plans where they have homes, they're getting rid of short-term rentals, okay? I talked to a bar owner last night that has a bar and restaurant downstairs called Epic, okay? Very good food, by the way, if you come here to the Grand Hotel, or even if you just come here, period, to Ocean City, check out the Epic. It's right in the Grand Hotel. Great food, super. They have a great macaroni and cheese that they make. They have a very good steak hoagie. Burgers are big and huge, so check them out. Ask for Steve. Steve is from Pittsburgh. He moved down here, so he's from Pittsburgh, so Scott Township area. So and I met some other folks that have moved down here from Pittsburgh, and I met a guy today who was telling me about, we were talking about homeless, and I was telling him about how Mayor Ganey and all that with the homeless. But what I'm frustrated about is the short-term rental thing, because now the hotels are gouging people down here, which they've been doing for years. They complain. Everybody complained that last summer was their worst summer in the history of this town. Last year it was slow. And nobody was staying in hotels, and nobody was, because everybody was getting short-term rentals. Well, now they're going to get rid of some of the short-term rentals, and guess what's going to happen? the hotel rates are going to go up again, and they're already high. They're already gouging people. You already have to take out a loan. Okay. To me, that's unacceptable, and it should be unacceptable to you folks that live in Ocean City, Maryland, because that affects business.
Oh, yeah.
Small businesses who are relying on those people that would come down here for short-term rentals. And if you're trying to get people to go into these hotels, you're going to lose their business, because the hotels now down here are charging $400 to $600 a night on peak day on that peak time during the summer.
Man.
That is why people are not coming here. Okay. Now, instead of beating up everybody for short-term rentals, and instead of doing that, why aren't you getting on the hotels to lower their rates? That's the question I have for the Chamber of Commerce, who I complained about this 2 years ago when I tried to come down here. And one of these hotels down here gave me a price in February, and then when June rolled around, they wanted to charge me a bundle. I said, get out of here. You already gave me a price. I said, you shouldn't have done that. And then you're going to go ahead and try to jam me up. I said, listen, I'm not coming down here. I called the Chamber of Commerce. They didn't even do nothing about it. I filed a complaint with them. That's unacceptable, Bill. What are your thoughts on that? That's unacceptable.
Oh, absolutely. Now, see, if I was in a hotel chain, and I would really start to, just get my teeth and ready to bite in, because I'd be one of those hotels to try to lower those rates so that you can get more people done.
Exactly.
See, because
exactly.
And you remember, and brother, what I'm about to say about my uncle, what he always said.
Yes.
You give quality product for a quality price.
Exactly. Exactly.
So why would you not want to have repeat performances and repeat business come back to Ocean City?
Last year, I was going to, we're going to book for this summer. When I saw some of the rates, I almost fell over. They're already out there. They're $483 a night, $600 a night. And that's on Expedia, Bill, or one of them, or Booking.com, or one of them sites. Okay? And there's not a lot of hotels on there either, except for this place, the Grand Hotel.
Gotcha.
Okay? There's not a lot of people on there. I mean, like, the Comfort Inns, the Holiday Inns, the Hyatt Places and all that that's down here. None of them are on there because they don't want to charge those kind of rates. They want to gouge everybody.
Wow.
And here's the kicker. They got two people in city council here in Ocean City that either own or are associated with hotels here. So you think about why short-term rentals are. Well, I get it. They don't want the short-term rentals because you get 20, 30 kids that rent one. They tear it up. They cause problems in the neighborhood where they're at. They stay there for months. And then, they run all over the place. They get drunk and disorderly. Cops got to come and arrest them. It's just retarded, ridiculous things. I get that. Okay? I get that. But don't punish people. Like I know some people in my building that come down here. They're not coming down no more if they got to pay high prices at a hotel and can't get a short-term rental. You see what I'm getting at? I
throw a mattress in the back of my car and go down like that.
Well, I told you the story about the podiatrist. Remember over there at East Liberty? I forget her name off the top of my head.
You did.
Dr. Thorpe. Remember her?
Yep.
She told me the story about how her friends went down on a Saturday. They drove down. They left at 6 o'clock in the morning. They got down here at noon. They were going to leave at 6 o'clock at night to come back. They were tired from walking the boardwalk and everything. Wanted to get a room. Even the junkie hotels, like they have this one Motor Inn or whatever there, were charging too much money. They slept in their car.
Oh, my gosh.
They slept in their car. Okay.
Absolutely.
And last year, everybody went to Myrtle Beach last year because they said it was cheaper there than it was here. So, and I'll give you another thing. They're trying to lure people here. May 17th and 18th, they're having a 2-day rock festival here. And they're having Poison, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, the Goo Goo Dolls, Black Label Society. They're having a whole heap of people here for this big rock festival they're having here for 2 days.
Nice. Sort of like a Woodstock.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Wow. This price is outrageous. Yeah. Is it a free concert?
I believe it's free. I'm not sure. I haven't heard about it.
That's a hell of a bill, brother.
It's on the boardwalk.
That's a hell of a bill.
Or somewhere.
You know
I'm sorry, sweetheart?
It's free.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. My sweetheart here just told me it's free.
That's a hell of a bill.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a bill, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
They have 2 nights. I think the first night's like Poison. The second night's Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and there's a few other bands that are involved in there. Goo Goo Dolls. I have to get the whole list in that. Black Label Society.
yeah,
And there's a few other bands in there.
I got you. I got you. Wow, that's crazy stuff.
Last year, for their spring opening concert, last year, they had Starship here.
Oh.
So, but anyhow, this year they're having this big rock festival to try to lure people here. Let me tell you something. You're going to charge those kind of rates.
You ain't going to do it. Just like I told you about the bowling alley.
They'll be here for a day and they'll leave.
You remember about the bowling alley? They were trying to bring that down.
Yeah, a Lucky Strike up at the Mills.
They'll never make it,
man. You said they'll never make it, and they were promoting it like crazy. They had John Burnett on there going, "Oh, Lucky Strike bowling, go out there!" And I'm telling you,
nope.
It lasts about 6 months.
If that,
because you told me, you said, Ralph, that's not going to last there. I'm telling you.
No.
It's not going to last.
No, it's not like Ohio.
What were they charging? And this was back in the early 2000s. They were charging like, what, $10 a game or something like that?
10 or 12 a game. I think you told me it was 10 or 12 a game, and then the shoe runner was $5. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you're already down $20 before you even throw the first ball.
Exactly.
I
mean, it was beautiful. I went in it, but you ain't going to get that.
Forget
that.
Yeah.
Especially now, too. Absolutely.
Well, that's like I told in 1996, I was sitting at the airport, and I brought these engineers in.
Remember this.
Remember I told you this story?
I do.
They were building all those big clubs down in the Strip, and they were like, "Oh, we're building all these big New York-style clubs. Pittsburgh's going to have a great nightlife." I said, "Let me explain something to you. Pittsburgh don't have a nightlife, never will have a nightlife."
Nope.
I says, "Oh, but with these clubs, man, you'll have people coming from all over the country to come here to live. Where do they see these clubs?"
Nope.
I said, "No." I said, "What you don't understand is you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money because we're the second highest and senior citizen population beside Dade County, Florida, and we're still there."
Listen, that would have been golden if they would have came down when the Rosebud and all that stuff was right there.
Yeah, Metropole and all that. They try to build those big warehouse clubs that didn't work out. Yeah.
Right, exactly. You had Chauncey's down there, everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it also had Dawnsies. Remember that?
I forgot about it. On the boardwalk. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I would actually do some of their sound for them when they didn't need me over at the Metropole.
Right.
I go over to Dawnsies on the boardwalk. They had that right on the river there.
There was too many shootings.
It was crazy. See, that's the thing, and I mean, you always look at the bigger picture. That's great, but everybody wants to go from A to C and don't want to worry about B, brother.
That's right. That's exactly it. And down here, go ahead, get rid of short-term rentals. Guess what? People come down here for a day and leave. Yeah. What does that do for small businesses down here? You need people to be staying here at least 3-4 days. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'll be down there soon enough, brother. I'll be down there soon enough.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that you can't do that. You have to, be careful with that, because now you're treading on water that you're not going to be able to swim in. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
you're going to drown before you even start to float, baby.
Exactly.
You ain't got no life preserver. Just like I say, you're going into a hornet's nest without no chemicals or without no protection, brother. People are moving faster than cheat on Amtrak.
That's it. That's it. Oh, and by the way, one thing I will say, they are really not having that much of a problem, but they are having, it's like a 50-50 split. They're having, some places are having trouble hiring people, others are not.
Gotcha.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. And it don't seem in this hotel, we're not getting housekeeping once a week. We're getting it every day. So, I mean, like some of the other hotels we've stayed at up in Erie and some other places, you only got housekeeping like once a week. If you're lucky, you get it then.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, but we've had it every day. They've been very nice here. I would recommend anyone that's coming down here, check out the Grand Hotel. Nice view. Every room has a patio.
Nice.
And you look right out into the ocean.
Nice.
Check out my Facebook and Twitter channel, Twitter pages. I've been posting pictures of the ocean, and my mom and my sweetheart and I on the boardwalk and stuff like that. So it's nice here, but you know what? If you're going to come down here and stay at a hotel, you better take out a loan. better take out 2 loans. Okay.
Hey, at least I got the inside scoop on there, brother. At least you sent me the photos before you posted them.
All right.
It is beautiful, man. No doubt. No doubt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is.
You know,
And it's clean down here. There's no homeless people. You don't see any tents. You don't see none of that stuff anywhere all around here. You know, the police arrest people, you know, that kind of thing. So, I mean, you know.
I got you, man.
I told you about at 11 o'clock, they're out here blowing a siren, telling everybody to get off the boardwalk. It's time to close the boardwalk. I think it closed at 11 o'clock or something.
Nice curfew. That's all right.
Midnight or something.
Ain't
I'm
nothing
sorry.
wrong.
Huh? I heard a siren last night and they said, please exit the boardwalk. That was last night. That was at 11 o'clock. So.
All right. I got you, brother. Absolutely. No, it's going to be awesome, brother. And, yeah, you know, when I go up there tomorrow, like I said, I'll take a look real quick and see. And, hey, what's going on, Chad?
Hey, how you doing, Chad? All right. But anyway, Bill, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here?
No, I just want to say to our viewers and listeners, thank you guys so much for every Monday. We appreciate you allowing us to come into your home, into your ear, whatever. We appreciate it, man. But just be safe out there and have a great week coming up.
I will tell you this much. If you do want to plan on uprooting and coming down here, it is nice to live down here. The house prices are very affordable. They're not, you know, like the house you would pay $1 million for in Pittsburgh, you don't pay nowhere near that here. So, I mean, you know, or a house you would pay in downtown for a condo cost you over $1 million, not here.
Wow.
You know,
yeah.
So not here.
Say no more about that, brother.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm going to say thank you guys, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I know it was kind of a short program tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Brother, I'll chat with you later on.
All right. Have a great one, Bill. Thank you. Bill Cannata, my co-host. We're here every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. the way we see it with me, Ralph Williams, Bill Cannata. I got to pay a couple bills here right now and have a few announcements to make. Tomorrow night's Sports Corner show has been postponed. We will be back next Tuesday. We were supposed to be back Thursday, but I have to stay down here for some stuff, and I don't have the appropriate equipment to put Smoke and Jim on the air. So we're going to have to cancel for this Thursday. So we'll be back next Tuesday, but we're here 4 to 6 p.m. No Wrestle Talk until after WrestleMania. We're going to have a post-WrestleMania show. And then after the NFL draft is over, because we're focusing on that right now, then we're going to have Wrestle Talk will return. All right. But the draft-wise, we're having 2-hour shows when we're going to have many guests or try to have an expert on or someone who covers one of all 32 teams. So we're working on that, and I've got 4 or 5 guys coming on for next Tuesday that I will have on. Don't forget Saturday Sports Wrap Show, 9 a.m. right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X platforms, the Huddle Sports Network, the South Florida Tribune, and I'm very working on getting a contract with the Oracle Radio Network, and we'll be on the Sports Vival website as well, and there is their symbol right there. Sports Vival has already started up. Check out their website. It's brought to you by JT Toth, so formerly with Draft Nation. And speaking of Draft Nation, don't forget about them as well. They are one of our sponsors here. If I can find it, here we go. All right. Draft Nation, don't forget about them. DraftNation.com, $9.99 a month. They have an e-magazine they'll put in your inbox. All kinds of draft coverage coming across the board everywhere. All kinds of draft coverage, DraftNation.com. All right. Before we wrap it up, don't forget this Saturday, the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show. Ralph Williams solo again this week. Tony will be joining me again in April. He had some things he had to take care of the last couple of weeks on a personal issue. I spoke with him. He will be back with me in April, but I'll be by myself again this week, solo. So the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show, Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m., 12:50 a.m., The Answer, 92.5 FM. Also, those of you who are new to here, that I was able to round up in Ocean City here, in Ocean City, Maryland. You can watch it on online on the answer.com or on punch up Google, 1250, 92.5 FM, The Answer. Scroll down to radio stations USA, and you can watch it for free right there on there. Also, Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m., the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. All right, I'm Ralph Williams for Bill Cannata. I want to say, everybody, have yourself a great one. Signing off from Ocean City, Maryland. I will be back on I will not be back. I will possibly be back Wednesday, 8 o'clock for the Ralph's Opinion Show. Stay on my social media platforms. I also have my council meeting, and I'm not sure how long we're going to be for that and what's going to happen there. If it if it conflicts with that, I will let you know about that coming up on Wednesday. All right. Thursday, I'll be on the Fire Up Show, 9 o'clock with Candy Ebling and George Eichhorn, Pensman Sports. And Candy Ebling's the host, a Fire Up Show from the South Florida Tribune. Don't forget to join me there as well. And don't forget Saturday, the triple header of Ralph also. Have yourselves a great night. Thank you. Please be safe.